Have you ever wanted to run a project like Elon Musk? In this video, we're going to review the ultimate project management tools that every project lead needs in their toolbox to ensure success from the very start. You'll learn how to manage teams with a RACI matrix, write a project charter, track project status with dashboards and Gantt charts, and conduct a post-mortem survey. You'll gain additional resources like cost estimation tables, net present value calculators, project benefit maps, project design structure matrices, work breakdown structures, critical path diagrams, Kanban boards, and so much more. As always, you can download these tools along with plenty more with the link in the description. Real quick, for those of you who don't know us, we analyze business frameworks and summarize business books to stay on top of the latest business strategies. By the end of this video, you'll learn the various stages of project management, from how to evaluate your project's viability, manage your team, track your progress, and successfully complete your project with valuable takeaways for the next one. We'll use real-world examples from companies like SpaceX and Instagram, and also share an often forgotten project management fail from Amazon and how you can avoid similar mistakes. In 2015, Instagram's head of engineering had a problem. The company had a low transparency score in a survey of employee satisfaction. He discovered the issue was a lack of clarity behind how decisions were made. The issue wasn't communication about decisions, but communication about why decisions were made. So how did Instagram solve its clarity problem? A framework called RACI. RACI stands for Responsible, Accountable, Consulted, and Informed. Under the RACI framework, roles are assigned as who is responsible for a decision, who is accountable for that decision, who is consulted before the decision is finalized, and who is informed of decisions when they are made. The purpose of RACI is to make sure all stakeholders know their responsibilities, confirm that resources are rightfully allocated, and create transparency so everyone is on the same page and can be held accountable to what they are responsible for. In Instagram's case, less decision makers and more transparency around who made the decisions made it possible for the teams to move faster. Leaders were held more accountable, and the RACI framework was scaled across the entire company. Before we get to how you can plan your projects like Elon Musk, if you want to download these tools and follow along with the video, check out the link in the description. So, you've assigned team roles and everyone knows their responsibility on the project. But how do you keep the team focused on the project's main goal, especially over long timelines? In 2002, Elon Musk wanted to buy a rocket to begin his dream to send humans to Mars. However, the price to buy one cost as high as $65 million. Musk used a concept called first principles to think about how he could reduce costs enough to solve the financing problem.
If you say, what is a rocket made of? And say, okay, it's made of aluminum, titanium, some copper, carbon fiber if you want to go that direction. And if you have them stacked on the floor and could wave a magic wand so that the cost of rearranging the atoms was zero, then what would the cost of the rocket be?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, it's really small. It's like, 2% of what a rocket costs.
Right.
So he purchased the raw materials and built one himself. Musk was not only able to cut the cost of a rocket by 10x, but did it as a profit. As a result, SpaceX is now worth roughly $74 billion today. To apply the concept of first principles to your own projects, you can use a project charter to unite all internal and external stakeholders around a common purpose. A project charter is not only the elevator pitch for your project's goals, but outlines the scope of the project as well as its technical requirements, risks, constraints, and assumptions and dependencies. These core principles of a project sets expectations as the project develops and can be used as the source of truth that grounds all stakeholders to stick to the plan. The project charter also outlines the project timeline and budget, key stakeholders in charge, and criteria for success, so everyone involved knows who is responsible for what and what accomplishing the project should look like. Now, you have a plan, but how is that plan going? Successful project managers can use a project status dashboard tool to track their project status across phases and key performance indicators. This dashboard helps communicate project updates to external stakeholders and internal team members. You can measure your time versus product phase and timeline versus resource capacity to measure your current status against goals outlined in the project charter. To follow your progress over time, use a Gantt chart to outline your activity's progress against multiple timelines, with different visualizations for monthly, quarterly, half-year, or full-year views. With the tools to track progress and stay on schedule, you should have all the resources you need to complete your next project. So what do you do when the project is over? In July of 2014, Amazon launched its own smartphone called the Amazon Fire Phone. But 2 months after launch, Amazon already began offering massive discounts to make the phone practically free with a contract. A month after that, Amazon wrote off nearly $170 million worth of Fire Phone inventory as a loss, eventually discontinuing the product completely. While Amazon's Kindle e-reader was a massive success that enabled on-the-go reading, the Fire Phone was dead on arrival. So where did Amazon go wrong? Amazon likely asked itself the same question in a post-mortem meeting. To ensure future success on your next project, make sure to conduct a post-mortem meeting where you can hold a team survey to learn insights on where your team felt the project succeeded or where there's room for improvement. You can survey the project as a whole or its individual achievements. You can also survey the team's collaboration and productivity, or even survey your own management style to learn how you can improve your project management. These post-mortem surveys gather feedback from everyone so you can turn your next project into an even greater success. In Amazon's case, a post-mortem revealed that instead of the company's typical emphasis on what the consumer wants, it built a phone no one wanted when all the consumer needed was a new app or two. For more tools on what makes project managers successful, check out the link in the description. You'll gain additional resources like cost estimation tables, net present value calculators, project benefit maps, project design structure matrices, work breakdown structures, critical path diagrams, Kanban boards, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you can have access to our library of other business frameworks and book summaries. Just check the link in the description to learn more.